This is a very difficult moment for the family of Alexis Crawford, who has been missing since Wednesday evening and somewhere between Wednesday evening and early Thursday morning.
This is something we are pushing out today. These are the new images, the latest pictures of 21-year-old Alexis Crawford. This is the missing Clark Atlanta University student, last seen October 30th, just before Halloween.
Baby, I love you, baby. Let's come on, baby. Come on.
Alexis Crawford's father drove to Atlanta from Athens Monday and said he's not leaving until he finds out where his 21-year-old daughter is.
What is your emergency?
This next story I'm bringing to you is coming out of Athens, Georgia. Athens is the 6th largest city in the state of Georgia. It has a population of 130,000 people, so there's a good majority there. But it is overwhelmingly a college town. After all, it does host the University of Georgia, so for the children around there, that's a lot of inspiration. Seeing success being created around you definitely trickles down into the communities that surround that area. The sun would peak on December 23rd of 1997. That's when the world would make way for Alexis Crawford. Alexis was one of 4 sisters and 5 brothers. A large family, so no doubt instilled with traditional values. She would navigate through life inspired to be the best that she could be. She's described as a friendly soul, someone who is there for you whenever you need them. She enjoyed shopping, traveling, drawing, dancing. She was one ready to experience life and everything that it had to offer. She would attend Clark Central High School and graduate in the year of 2016, and that's when the greater mission would begin. She would attend college in the fall at Clark Atlanta University, taking up a double major, sociology as well as criminal justice. She was also a strong believer in women's empowerment. In fact, she was even thinking of starting her own group. Along her journey in her freshman year, she would meet a girl who goes by the name of Jordan Jones. They were described as inseparable, 2 peas in a pod. 2 great friends, so much that Jordan even came home with Alexis on a couple of occasions to enjoy dinner around the holidays. They were your average college best friends, sharing secrets, going out together, having fun. They would even grow so close that they would decide that they can stand one another so much that they can get a place with each other. So the search would begin. In the year of 2019, Jordan and Alexis would be staying in Heritage Park Station. It was a convenient location, located minutes from the school. It worked out for both of them. Besides the light quarrels that you may have with a roommate, nothing was wrong. The relationship was fine. Only Jordan Jones had a boyfriend.
Slight drip, man. Slight drip. Yeah. Come with me, Versace. Ooh, splat.
His name was Baron Brantley. And on October 26th of 2019, Baron Brantley, Jordan Jones, and Alexis Crawford would all go out for drinks just to enjoy themselves. On this night, things would get a little foggy with Alexis and Jordan, because this would be the night that a friendship would be destroyed, as well as lives being altered. On that night after they had drinks, they all retreated to Jordan and Alexis's place. Now, to Jordan's account, she said that she went in her room and she went to sleep. So she crashes out and then says that she wakes up a short time later, goes to knock on the bathroom door to use it, but the door is locked. So she beats on the door. When the door finally opens, her boyfriend is standing there, as well as Alexis. Now, Alexis is on the floor of the bathroom. She looks to be unconscious, and her boyfriend is standing there with his shirt off, so things aren't looking too right now. So she questioned him about it. He says that nothing happened. He thought that Alexis was Jordan, and that's kind of where it ends, at least for Jordan and Baron. Now, Alexis, however, recalls different events. She says that when they returned home and Jordan went into a room, Baron then came on to her. And then when she stopped him, He told her that it was a mistake. He thought that she was Jordan. I thought you were my girlfriend. My bad. But after this happens, Alexis, she blacks out. All she can remember is the encounter with Barron, telling him to stop, and then things go blank. Now, upon Jordan's discovery of Alexis and Barron in the bathroom, Jordan and Barron begin to go at it. They're arguing. You know, it's not gonna slide that easy. You're in the bathroom with another girl. Something had to have transpired, so they begin arguing. He then takes Jordan's keys to her 2017 red Chevy Cruze, and he drives off. And by this point, Alexis Crawford, she's up. She's on the ground, she's crying. You know, I guess she feels something's wrong. She knows something happened. So Jordan places a 911 call. But in this 911 call, she doesn't mention anything about Alexis. She only talks about a car.
Atlanta 911, operator 7378. What's the address of the emergency? You need police, fire, EMS.
Yes, because my ex-boyfriend just stole my car. He took my keys and ran, and I'm about to...
What kind of car you got?
A 2017 red Chevy Cruze.
You know your tag number?
No. 1 second. I could get it.
It's okay. You don't have to have it right now as long as you have it when the officers get there, okay?
Okay.
What's your name?
Jordan Jones.
All right, Miss Jones.
J-O-R-D-Y-N.
Now, after Jordan places this 911 call, they then place a call to their friend named Brittany. So they explain the situation. Brittany comes over. When she gets there, Alexis is still crying. She's on the ground, balled up, crying uncontrollably. So they decide to call the hospital and transport her there. Once at the hospital, once the situation is explained, proper procedure is to do a test to see if she was violated or not. Well, the test come back and she was. DNA was collected, and Alexis decided to file charges. So the report is indeed filed on Jordan's boyfriend. That immediately severs the friendship. The once happy home in Heritage Station became a dark and gloomy home. Alexis was very affected by this situation. I mean, she was traumatized. She would lay on the couch, afraid to sleep in her own bed. The once bubbly and outgoing girl was now just a former shell of herself. Now, I did mention that DNA was collected. However, DNA is a process. It takes time. So at the time that the incident was filed, there was no way that the police could just run and go get him. I mean, they have to wait on all the evidence to ensure a proper prosecution. So for a girl who's just been violated, but on top of that, knowing that her violator is still running around free, I mean, that'll do a lot to someone's mind. But it was worse for her because the violator was her best friend's boyfriend. And Jordan, she didn't break up with him. She stayed with him. And she still lived in the home with Alexis. I mean, you'd think after that, Jordan would know that, you know, that's your cue to get up, pack up, and leave. But I guess not. She decides to stay there with Alexis, even though she's crawled up on the couch, balled up and traumatized, staring at the person who introduced her violator. So things are real bad at this point. So a few days passes, things begin to shift. You know, Alexis, I guess, is starting to realize that Jordan is a roommate, so I guess she decided to just work things out. Now, it's October 30th, 2019. She FaceTimed her mom that day around 3:30, and then around 9:03, she was active on social media. Then she vanishes. For the next 2 days, her family can't get in touch with her, and again, her family was very close. I mean, they had daily contact, so by November 1st, they knew something was wrong. They would then go and report Alexis Crawford missing.
The missing Clark Atlanta student. These photos taken inside of a liquor store just hours before Alexis Crawford disappeared. Police think she may have been wearing the same outfit when she went missing. Her roommate told police that they went to the store with Crawford that night and then last saw her in their apartment before she went to sleep. But when she woke up, she says Crawford was not there. Tonight, family and friends, they're desperate to find her. 11 Alive's Deborah Tufts was with volunteers as they scoured an area near Crawford's apartment today, and she is standing by live with the very latest information for us. Deborah.
Thanks, Jeff. Actually, I'm standing by that area right now. Come on, Aiden, let's show folks what it is. Here's the area. Volunteers search for clues, any clues to lead them closer to finding Alexis Crawford. About a half dozen people canvass the area. It's just across the street from Alexis's apartment on McDaniel. She shared the apartment with her roommate. Today, community activist Sabrina Peterson and volunteers put on gloves, search for clues that could help them find Alexis, even calling her cell phone, which they say went unanswered.
We have to undo the doing. So we can't just sit around and watch the news and fall back in X, Y, and Z. There's a woman who's missing her daughter, and all the signs are obvious to something very strange.
Now, the roommate told police she and Crawford were not really on speaking terms because of something that had happened earlier in the week. Police say the roommate is cooperating with their investigation. Family members tell us the last time they spoke to Crawford was last Wednesday, the day before she disappeared. Her iPhone, ID, debit card missing from her apartment, but her house key and her charger left behind. Live from Atlanta, Deborah Tuff, 11 Alive News.
Whenever someone's missing, proper protocol is to contact the person closest to them. And in this point, it would be Jordan. They stayed together, so if anything happened, she would know. However, Jordan maintains her story that she woke up, she was gone, and that's the end of it. So the police decide to search the home. Now that she's missing, they can draw up a warrant to search the home, try to find anything out of place. Now when they get there, they can't find any of her personal belongings. No debit or credit transactions. And the last phone history was on that morning, October 30th, around 2 or 3 a.m. was the last activity. Then her phone shuts off and nothing else. Upon inspection of Jordan's bathroom in the home, they would find a single drop of blood. Now, in the case of a missing person, it's normally an alarming thing, but when you have one drop of blood in the bathroom, it's not a significant amount to prove that a traumatic event occurred. So since it's just one drop, that could easily been there, a million ways, so it's not alarming to them. They would bag it as evidence and continue the investigative process. Now, they would also pull surveillance cameras. Now, when they pull these surveillance cameras, they would in fact capture Jordan's boyfriend getting in the car, backing it up into an area that's out of the reach of the camera for about 6 minutes, and then he drives off. Now, this is on the morning of October 30th of 2019. That evidence proves to be very detrimental because Barron isn't supposed to be there. Again, Alexis Crawford already having an open case on him. He's not supposed to be anywhere around her, so the fact that he spotted October 30th of 2019 on camera raises an eyebrow. So Jordan is confronted with this information. She then breaks, we know your boyfriend was there, you're lying, you said that you were in your room, sleep, you woke up and she was gone, you never said anything about your boyfriend. So at this point she's scared and she tells it all, kind of, because her account is, on the night that Alexis was captured on the surveillance camera, Jordan was present. They were both in the liquor store that night. They will return home. Jordan then says that she fixes her a burger, she goes to her room. And when she comes back out of the room, Barron is choking Alexis uncontrollably. He does in fact in that moment end her life. They then put her inside of a big tote bin, place her in the trunk, drive her to a secluded area, and then dumped her out.
Good evening. 1 week ago, on Friday, November 1st, the Atlanta Police Department took a missing persons report for Clark Atlanta University student Alexis Crawford, age 21. Today, Alexis's body was found in a park in DeKalb County off of Columbia Drive. Our investigators were led to the location by one of the suspects. As a result, our investigators are working on securing arrest warrants for 2 individuals. Jordan Jones, who's a female, age 21, and Baron Brantley, who is a male, age 21. Jordan had been Alexis's friend and her roommate. While a motive has not been clearly established, the department did take a police report from Alexis Crawford on October 27th, and this is a few days prior to her being reported missing. In this report, Alexis described unwanted kissing and touching from Baron Brantley. Baron, who is the boyfriend of Jordan Jones. Jordan Jones, who is Alexis's roommate and friend. The case has come to one of the saddest conclusions possible and has been absolutely heartbreaking. To all of the APD investigators who worked on this diligently and around the clock, I say thank you. Thank you for treating Alexis as if she was one of our own family members. And to Alexis's family, our hearts go out to you. I am so truly sorry that we could not provide you with a better ending. Thank you.
Upon Jordan's confession, her and her boyfriend would both be arrested, and some of the pieces to the puzzle would begin to come together. Now, when Alexis was initially reported missing, the police had a warrant to search her apartment, but that warrant isn't as strong as a criminal warrant, where now they can go in and really put down some groundwork. So they go in and they spray the place with luminol. They then find 5 to 6 additional places where blood was present. Now, at this point, they do have Jordan's account of what happened. Again, she maintains that her boyfriend acted alone. However, when they get to the crime scene tells a different story. The autopsy does conclude that she died due to strangulation. However, the crime scene doesn't add up to Jordan's story, because when Alexis is found, she's found with a bag over her head, as well as her sweater being tied around her neck. Now, Jordan didn't mention anything about this, so now it's time to talk to Baron to get his account of what he says happened. Baron says that on that night, yes, him and Alexis got into it, and he started to strangle Alexis. However, he says this is when Jordan comes in and places a bag over her head and basically helps him commit the act. Now, when they were analyzing Baron, his story matches the crime scene perfectly. I mean, everything he says transpired reflected directly upon the crime scene, so evidently he's telling the truth, and both of them had a hand in this. Some people's biggest downfall is trusting in others a little too much. You know, Alexis was a great person. She tried to see the good in everyone, so I guess she never really tried to see the dark side of a roommate. Now, Alexis would be buried by her family, only the entire community would mourn. Her college, her friends, her family, everyone that she encountered, she made an effect on them, a lasting effect to this day. They would all gather, and their goodbyes would be said.
It has been 1 week since the body of Clark Atlanta University senior Alexis Crawford was found in a DeKalb County park. Her roommate and her roommate's boyfriend charged with her murder. Tonight, Alexis's family and friends, even strangers, gathered in Athens to pay their respects. The focus inside Hill Chapel Baptist Church tonight was not on how she died, but how Alexis had lived, remembered as a kind, a loving young woman with a bright future ahead of herself that was tragically cut short.
On Monday, Alexis texted me, "All this is in God's plan. It'll work out for me. Praying it will." After this text, I remember acknowledging the strength and the love Alexis carried in her heart.
And Lex used to sit in the room and talk about what we gonna do when we get older. Thank you. And we used to talk about our dreams.
Smart, brilliant, beautiful, and hardworking, only a few words to describe her. During the service, it was made known that on this day, Alexis Crawford's name is great.
She's now living through us, and I'm living through her. Long live Lex.
You will always hear people say, watch who you keep around you. Watch your company. You never know who you're in the midst of. You know, Alexis went out by her friend, someone she trusted, someone she thought was there for her. Now, it just makes it a lot worse because after the night that Barron had violated Alexis, he was actually there the whole time. When she was curled up on the couch, traumatized, scared to sleep in her own bed, it turns out that Jordan was sneaking Barron inside of the home. In fact, Barron was still there even when Jordan was gone. He was there the entire time. When the tears were being cried, when she felt like she was unsafe, when she had flashbacks of the situation, he was there in the apartment the entire time in Jordan's room. And Alexis never even knew this. This story was truly a sad act. I mean, the motive isn't known, but it's kind of clear that this happened because Jordan wanted to help protect her boyfriend from facing prosecution. I mean, I can't think of anything else. It was cold, it was calculated, and on October 30th, when Alexis actually died, the next day was Halloween. Jordan and her boyfriend Barron attended a Halloween party. Now, if that doesn't show you how dark they actually are, I don't know what will. Some people enter this world and just, don't appreciate life, so they don't appreciate anyone else's.
Another lineup, another downfall, but we stand up again.
Accused killers of a Clark Atlanta University student shuffled into a Fulton County courtroom this morning.
Jordan Jones and Barron Brantley both charged with murdering Alexis Crawford. CBS 46's Haley Mason live outside the courtroom tonight. Haley, good evening.
Good evening, Sean. It was a devastating day for the victim's family, the family of Alexis Crawford. And for the first time, they saw the accused murderers, Jordan Jones and Barron Brantley, walk into court in person and then plead not guilty despite having confessed to the crimes, according to police.
We did something that we can't bury. Doesn't matter if we close our eyes. We did something that I can't carry. So tonight, let's pretend.
The trial date is set for both Jordan and Barron. They aren't seeking the death penalty. I'm sure that a lot more will come out during this trial. A lot more secrets, a lot more details that no one knows anything about. I mean, they've already gave it up, so in return, they can't do anything but tell the rest of the story. Rest in peace, Alexis Crawford. Thank you for being a light for others.
Show me how to cope. Show me how to forget that we did something that we can't bury. Doesn't matter if we close our eyes. We did something that I can't carry. So tonight, let's pretend.